Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I'm going to do a few reads for you today. I have two shorter ones from last night that I'm going to do for you. One is the Divine Masculine, the other one's a Divine Feminine, and then I have the Divine Masculine from today in front of you. But I did want to give you the two from yesterday because there's definitely some important information that came up in them. So if you don't want to watch the ones from yesterday, you can certainly just toggle forward to the last one. I'll try to remember to put the timestamps in there for you. Before I started, I was asking for some messages, and so I was guided to go into my little girl, my inner little girl. For those of you who don't usually watch me, sometimes I'll go in and I'll see my little girl on the left and my twin on the right as little children, and sometimes they're older and sometimes they're not, and I have to see where they are because sometimes they're in the middle space together. Or sometimes they're together on the left or together on the right, but it gives me a lot of information. So today when I went in, my inner little girl was very worried looking at me. She was toward on the left side, her side, but when I realized what I was seeing with her looking at me worried, I realized she was concerned because the masculine was on her side, but she didn't know what to do for him. He was like sitting in the dirt, like pounding on a rock or into the ground. It's like, you know, he kept going and going, trying to pound it, trying to, it was like trying to, you know, drill it into something, but not able to do it. So he just kept pounding and pounding into the ground. And he wasn't a full adult. He was much bigger than her, but she was a very little girl. But she was just standing there. You know how a little girl would if they didn't know what to do? Like, you know, like my brother's like being crazy right now, Mommy, I don't know what to do. So she was looking at me very concerned, and then she came over to hold on to my legs to hug me. So then I went over to my twin, who seemed to be like teens or maybe early 20s, that kind of age, pounding into the ground. And I literally just, you know, I pulled him up from that and pulled him into my lap on the ground. And he did allow me to hold him for a moment, and then he jumped up to walk away, being stubborn. And then he actually turned back around and fell back into my lap and actually let me hold him as he shrunk in age. Okay, so he went back and he kept asking what they needed, and he just wanted to be held until it was better. So just not letting go, allowing him to be held until things got better. And I reassured him that I always held him. I never let go, that just because someone's mad at you or feels hurt by you doesn't mean they don't love you anymore. So it was that kind of energy. I also want to talk about the movies I watched last night, because there's definitely a lot of wounding stuff coming up. One was young adult, and the other one, I've been watching The Crown, the series about Queen Elizabeth. So definitely some sister stuff coming up about that as well. One being the very logical, responsible sister, and then the other one, the emotional, you know, one who's always off doing silly boy things and things like that. Definitely coming up to be cleared. And also the idea of the queen, you know, not allowed to be a human being, right? Because she's expected to not keep promises to her family that she's kept, because she has to go by the rules of the queen and the king and the, you know, and the royal family. It was, you know, it's always about the country above anyone else. So you can't be human and actually do that. So you can't win. You can't ever find real happiness in that. Always having to break promises to people, that kind of thing. So expecting yourself to be perfect, it's just impossible, right? And there's no reason to want yourself to be perfect anyway. But having to do with not being able to please everyone. You can't please everyone all the time, and that then becomes their wound, right? If you've done everything you can do with an honest heart and a loving heart, then it's on the other person to then go ahead and heal their wounds. The other one, young adult, was about going back to your childhood town for a high school boyfriend that she had, who was now married. So the third party wounds coming up, all of that stuff came up. So lots of lovely triggers from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. So the first read I have here was 5:19 yesterday afternoon for the masculine. And I'm not going to go into great detail here. I just want to get through these two reads to get into the read for today. But the coding was all about seeing the present moment and see the Empress. And actually the Empress came up, two Empresses came up at the end here. And it was showing the two sides of the Empress, like the Empress of drama and then the Empress of responsibility, just like the two sisters I mentioned in the Crown series of the Queen and her sister, right? So Libra, Cancer, and Lovers were coming up in this read as well. The Chariot with Justice were the major arcana, along with the Lovers right after the read. We also had Strength, Guidance, and Transition before the read. And this is the SIRIAN Starseed deck for all. It's all the same for all three reads. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands came up in this read, as well as the Page of Cups before the read. And number 3, which is the Empress, it was all about the number 3 here for this read. The Three of Flames, being present to the moment, the gift of the moment, to see the gift in the moment. And the spiritual partnership, not only with someone else, but within yourself, with your higher self. So starting out with this read was the Chariot upright. In a bold move, courageous, Taurus, Bull with Scorpio on their way to the Page of Cups, or in the way of the Page of Cups. It's like someone blocking someone from getting to the Page of Cups, whether that be a child or that be the love, the message. So a slow transition of the Page of Cups. Again, it could be a child, it could be a message of love, it could be a new love. And of course it represents the puppy love as well. But the slow transition of the Page of Cups in the red badge of courage, which came up again, behind the Hierophant, or guides, bulldozes forward through their blocks of childhood into Chariot, free with clarity of synchronicities. So the synchronicities helping them. Defenseless to the third energy and sexual frustration. Sovereign upright, Knight of Wands upright, meeting the Knight of Pentacles upright, about deception of the Knight of Cups upright. So we had 3 knights here, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and now the Knight of Cups. And the Sovereign, which is like, it can be an adult person, but it often comes up for me as a teenager as well. So the Sovereign as a person upright, the Knight of Wands meeting the Knight of Pentacles upright, about deception of the Knight of Cups upright, meeting the Knight of Swords reversed. Okay, so we have all 4 knights here, but the Knight of Swords is the only one reversed. Holding their tongue, with the Chariot coming in boldly and strong, or early pre-dawn hours when the Knight of Cups can catch the Knight of Swords reversed off guard, the person holding their tongue. The Knight of Cups with their brakes on to see the waterfall. The Centaurs with skinny old horse legs, lobster unable to teach the old dog's new tricks. Confused by the moon, grays not red, hot like him. So seeing others is different than him. This also, talking about the centaurs and the skinny old horse legs, could reference some of the masculines and their self-consciousness about their own body issues. Messenger of Truth, sword, is connected to the Knight of Cups' cup. So the way I was seeing exactly, it was like the sword was holding up the cup of the other. The Messenger of Truth, or the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Cups, whether they're speaking or not. It was like the I know I wrote that down somewhere. Like the avatar. You know how the avatar is connected to their dragons? I don't know what they were called, if they were dragons or not, but that was it. So the Messenger of Truth sword is connected to the Knight of Cups cup, holding it up, whether they're speaking or not. So it's the masculine coming into understanding the connection between them. If old dogs don't get it too bad, he's going anyway. So he's saying if the old dogs don't learn the new tricks, if they don't get it, it's too bad. He's going anyway. Someone sent ahead to cut them off at the pass, so this doesn't become 2 ships that pass in the night. So it was like the masculine covering all his bases so nothing could go wrong. And the Chariot behind him so they can't run away. The dog catcher. Connecting like Avatar and their dragon hooked up. And the Queen of Pentacles out to receive the Knight of Pentacles from the King of Swords, taming his inner beast. Or the Knight of Pentacles offering help to the Queen of Pentacles on behalf of the King of Swords, being strong. The King of Swords with balls of steel, actually like Cyrano de Bergerac, on behalf of the King of Swords, to support him, to help get his courage up before he melts. Worth Waiting For came up here, as well as Retreat beneath it. The third party, Big Love Through Work, and female Sage Drinker with an attitude around him. The Queen of Swords reversed, finding peace with the Knight of Swords reversed, or found a peaceful way to be able to communicate with him, to clear verbal abuse wounds, to take off the edge. And then I was getting Down by the River by Bruce Springsteen. Watching his life roll by on TV, a way for the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords to be at peace, out in the open for kids to see, to free him from secrets so he can live. No longer tiptoeing through the tulips, rather cracking the whip to get the kids in line for their own good. Instead of, it could be people with spoiled kids who are now cracking the whip and not letting them run wild. Completion comes up, which is number 9, the Hermit. Also the collective consciousness and endings and compassion. And beneath it was Rebirth, or 16, the Tower moment of rebirth. The Knight of Swords reversed, holding their tongue to let go and repair. The King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles reversed, who never learned their lessons. The Queen of Cups in waiting, his return, and the Hermit shedding light on dumping emotional attachments, standing right behind her the whole time, but on top looking down, a long way to fall for nice curtains or an expensive dress. So it's like the masculine standing at the top, looking how far he could fall, and that's an awful long way to fall just for some expensive curtains and expensive dresses, right, that he always was expected to buy, right? So getting real, Pinocchio, in a bold move of courage to speak his piece and be done with it. And that was at 622, which is the Lovers and the Fool. There's a Cancer Knight of Swords reversed and Leo Knight of Swords reversed. Are they both Knight of Swords? It's like they have, whether they're both Knight of Swords reversed, I'm not sure. It could be. But having a fight to the death to settle a score in the Colosseum. But even the King of the Jungle can't win against the Chariot, even if the Cancer or Chariot fights clean and the strong Leo fights dirty. It's saying you have an animal and a vehicle. The vehicle is going to run right over the animal. They can't really win. The recent energy here is the Four of Cups, grounding and integrating an offer of love. The Six of Cups upright, twins ending an emotional cycle to stand in their truth and up to a negative family, to reap rewards of rest and 5D lover, inspired, and aligning with twin mission. No options for the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, defenseless to energies and attacks of the masses, because this is the big wealthy family with a lot of responsibilities, right? Or just a lot of money, but it's like the Queen, when you have a lot of money, then people expect things of you. The foundation here is justice, truth, and balance, grieving, sealed divine feminine world, the King of Wands reversed with his back turned to her. The painful ending in betrayal and tripping up, and yelling at the King of Wands reversed to drop the act and break his patterns. Grieving loss of a painful end, tripping up in front of the world, seen as the bad guy, which is a big wound for the divine masculine. Behind blue eyes, right? No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. The central energy here is the King of Pentacles reversed. The Emperor offers a new life to the prisoner or hostage in a bold move to dump all burdens regarding a third party, or gossip or overindulgences of the King of Pentacles reversed, left with no options, with Ten of Pentacles family defenseless to the energies and attacks. The challenge being the Three of Wands present, finding peace with the High Priestess reversed, with the secret out about the twins. Dysfunctional family or financial loss, offering opportunity, sharing with Sovereign, offering love to the Queen of Cups, or settling out with Sovereign, or about to be single, so the Knight of Cups can offer love to the Queen of Cups. There's an opportunity to learn about the sun, energy, and kids, and full exposure without options, but to accept the offer of love, peace, and surrender. The King of Wands reversed with kids or twins, and the Hierophant upright, and Justice upright, recovering from separation from their lover, Affection, suffering, and silence, but free to leap with an opportunity now, or an invitation or new project to ground and integrate love. Now is the Four of Pentacles, the Divine Masculine's heart, the Batcave, hiding with their secret out of the never-ending story and fear of change. Reaping rewards, defenseless to energies and attacks, and the King of Cups reversed, dumping emotional attachments. The Divine Masculine hanging out in his truth. The High Priestess reversed and the Dark Knight reversed. The Queen of Wands reversed, Dark Priestess working to align with desires in a bold move to be patient or go to see patient. The Karmic recovering from justice, divorce, and or Libra, all business and letting go to repair unhappiness of hanging in limbo with a broken heart or in separation or with chest pains. Of third party, Knight of Pentacles offering help with spying, lies, and mean messages or none, with lover suffering in silence as sovereign obsessed with no responsibilities. And that was at 7:07. The Chariot and the Chariot. Chariot's racing, right? The competition of the two empresses. The Libra manifesting lies, gossip to lighten the load of obsession with lover. At 7:09 is the Chariot and the Hermit. Soon is the Five of Swords at war within, offering love to find peace in surrendering, exposing all without option, with an opportunity to learn about family dysfunction or kids or twins being drained by dysfunctional family, exposing all at present with Hierophant or Taurus, and healing or forgiving the Devil or Capricorn, expressing feelings and energetic exchange. He's seeing himself as the Eight of Cups, walking away and within, under the radar, but feeling like a failure, or receive bad news and grounding and integrating an offer of love from the Empress reversed, stealing energy, ideas, and property after fights, or after the game, stealing all the winnings, abusing their power by ignoring lover offers, offering lovers offers unless she gets her way. Forgiving and learning, make the effort, let your friends help to the masculine, and then pay attention to the red flags, which has to do with your guidance and your root chakra issues. Honeymoon and very soon came up. Around him or how he's seen is the Three of Cups reversed, a negative group or gossips, the King of Pentacles reversed, depressed with gossip, spying, and negative talk, lies in the aftermath of walking away from the Queen of Wands reversed. The King of Pentacles reversed, avoiding disaster, walking away from Aquarius reversed, and Page of Swords reversed, or one or the other. And this could be a child who's got a mouth on them, okay? The Queen of Wands reversed, controlling what they say. Okay, so this could be Queen of Wands with a child. And actually, this has come up before with the Queen of Wands, that she's, like mommy's minions. She gets them to do her dirty work for her, that kind of thing. Clear blocks of the Queen of Swords reversed, masculine, with the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed, presently in control with handle on the lever, already, they already told. It's like the masculine's, masculine's always being in the business game, right? So when you're bargaining in business, you always need leverage. And it's like the masculine saying, they're showing their hand, so they have no leverage in the situation. So why do they do that? They don't understand not playing the game, right? So the King of Cups reversed, expressing and connecting with the Devil or Capricorn, healing and surrender. Spiritual partnership, self-love, but even more so is the self-love and relationship change for the masculine. No more fantasy lovers, twins obsessed with each other. Suffering in silence, free to leap, with an opportunity to learn about grounding and integrating love. Twins recovering from losing job, suffering in silence about the connection, and twins or kids with quiet time, alone time to think, letting go to repair unhappiness without third party. Libra and Virgo dump all burdens to rest at the beach perhaps, or divorce magically happens. In quiet, under the radar, third energy, frustrations, igniting lovers at the new moon, pre-dawn message of love, the Hermit coming out at home and or in union, destined to marry, or Taurus in judgment, announcement or call to action, and the Knight of Wands rushing in passionately to heed the call. Cancer reversed, Virgo reversed with message of love, and twin Taurus at home in union with them, coming out of isolation, the Taurus Hierophant rushing in passionately to save others and heed the call. So there's a Chariot or Cancer, Justice or Libra, walking away from Three of Cups reversed negative group, or gossips, thanking their lucky stars or lucky charms, graced with blessings from above. The King of Pentacles reversed, challenged by the Gift, in war, with the Queen of Swords reversed, Divine Masculine's heart, Batcave, coveting his twin, with time alone under the radar, with a handle on the third energy lovers. And then we turn the page at 731, which is the Chariot and the Five of Wands, the conflict or expansion, competition. The Chariot or Cancer, thanking their lucky charms and blessings. The Justice, Libra, and King of Pentacles reversed, Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, challenged by the present moment, a gift. Walking away from more and negative groups that no longer resonate. The third party, Queen of Swords reversed, to their twin under the radar with third energy lovers, hearing the call to action. And it was kind of cool too, because as I was watching the Crown series last night, in the background in the show, they were announcing Churchill's 80th birthday. I think it was his 80th birthday, being November 30th, as it was like an hour and a half before November 30th. So that was kind of cool, which is today. And then in the show, he made a speech about setting the stage, and setting the stage was definitely coming up in my reads today and yesterday, for his resignation, and then him messing with them and saying, however, he's planning an encore or going back to work. But then, of course, he ends up resigning. All right, so that was for the Divine Masculine. For the Divine Feminine, which was done at 10:37 last night, right, that hour and a half before November 30th of Churchill's birthday. The Divine Feminine with the major arcana of the Shadow, Justice, Lovers, and Ascension. And the basic read from the SIRIAN Starseed deck, I'll post on the tag for this read, so you'll see the cards. So we have the Shadow, which is the Devil, Justice, the Lovers, Ascension, which is the World. And before the read was Alchemy, Reflection, Tower, and Strength. As I lost my voice on Tower. So for the Divine Feminine, the cards that came up before the read were Alchemy, which is the Temperance card, Reflection, which is the Hermit, and then my voice went out with the Tower and the Strength card here before the read. And that's Scorpio and Leo, or something sudden that happened last night. After the read, the Indigo came up, which is the Magician. We had 2 Pentacles, 2 Wands, 3 Swords, and that was it. No Cups in this read for the Feminine last night. The Court cards were Queen of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and after the read, the Knight of Swords also came up. So the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the King of Swords has been coming up even by himself twice. I think it was yesterday. Again, he's been very consistent in showing up here. And then the Knight of Swords as well afterward. So the numbers for this Divine Feminine read were 2, 2, 9, 10 begin again, so 22 is the Fool. The number 10 was on the code line, which is the Destiny, the Wheel of Fortune, and all around teaching and learning and healing. The other numbers that came up for the Feminine here were 14 of the Temperance card, 47 is the Seven of Cups, 79 for me is the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow, 9, 10 begin again, 22 is the Fool, 12 is the Hangman, the Wisdom, 24 the Queen of Wands, and then the number 223, which is however you take it, but the 22 and the 23 are in there, which is the Fool and then the King of Wands. So the message around teaching and learning and healing for this read was the show of power and great responsibility to the nth degree of the Divine Feminine. The show of power and high vibration of drama and desire to the nth degree for the Divine Masculine. So again, this directly was reflecting the Crown and Queen Elizabeth and her sister and the differences between them. But either way, they're both in their great show of power and great responsibility in teaching and learning and healing. And Spirit's connecting with me, right? So who are we to say any criticism of someone in that place where you haven't walked in their shoes? It's such a place of huge responsibility. You have so many people's lives in your hands. Okay, so we get into this Divine Feminine read. We start with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. With the underneath it was the Alchemy, Reflection, the Tower reversed, and then the Strength upright. Holding back money and new life, Patient Hermit, or Virgo, in the aftermath of courage and strength, which also can be Leo. Sagittarius, Virgo, Scorpio, and Leo came up here. The King of Wands working to align with Ascension, which is also the world, and Cancer. The patient angel, frustrated Sagittarius, with receiving clarity with frustration, lies, negative talk, spying, and the Empress and the King of Wands, implementing a plan without options, no longer constant gardener, the King of Wands overlooking little lizard on their platform, the spy for the X, to assure there are no other options for him. The Page of Swords reversed, so again, that's coming up mommy's minions type things. The Page of Swords reversed, spreading gossip, spying, negative talk, free from prison and anxiety, lovers reaping rewards of their worth, the constant gardener. Sexual energy, free and clear, reaping rewards or lots of effort, hard work to be more for the other. So they're reaping the rewards of all of the hard work and efforts they made toward the other person because they wanted to be more, wanted to be their best for the other person. Gabriel overseeing all this hard work. True love comes up, and beneath that was wedding, that the situation involves marriage. True love is that romance of a lifetime. The Hanging Man seeking new perspectives. The karmic coming up all business, or it could have just been over the Thanksgiving holidays, the feminine meeting with, brothers or friends and hanging out. The King of Wands standing up for self to the third party, or gossip or overindulgence or addictions, or no social life, no joy. The King of Wands with great affection for the Divine Feminine, protecting self in third-party situation from little lizard spying on the golden couple. The King of Wands standing up and no reunion. Patience came up, number 2, which is the High Priestess, and beneath that was Adventure, or number 55, the Ace of Swords, the Truth. The Queen of Pentacles fully transforms, and the Hanging Man with new perspectives on dependency, financial drain, feeling abandoned and burdened and impatient with the Jupiter change, okay, as Jupiter's leaving Sagittarius to go to Capricorn. So as I turn the page, it's 1152, which is Justice, which is also just truth and balance, and 52 is the Queen of Swords. In exile, fireworks set to go off. In exile, fireworks set to go off. Impatient drama queen, deer in the headlights, man on the run. Bulbs planted are flowering now. Out in the cold with winter coming in, making a run for it impatiently. Impatient, losing temper, holding back new life without options, reaping rewards of no reunion, and needing patience. In the recent past here, for the Divine Feminine, is the Four of Wands, home and hearth, and the King of Swords, or strong Leo, walking away without option. Recovering work issues, not expressing feelings or energy exchange, not sharing, in debt, inequity, or scammed. The foundation is the Nine of Orbs, suffering in silence, or stressed, sealed Divine Feminine reversed with negative past, or the past returning, and the Knight of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, or the Divine Feminine and her kids all suffering in silence, right? Because it doesn't only affect one, whoever it affects then has a ripple effect, whether it's love or the negative aspect. There's no option but to reap the rewards. The central energy is the Queen of Pentacles, happy with self and abundant family, in need of opportunity, with the King of Pentacles reversed, to work out their differences. The Seven of Cups was upright with synchronicities at work, aligning desires, and challenged by the Ten of Flames, the burdens, the responsibilities. The Knight of Cups reversed, which is jealousy and sincerity, but done bleeding out. The Dark Knight done with the pain and depression in the aftermath of holding their tongue. Battle is over and no new start, and patient angel, High Priestess, secret, resting, meditating, or the worst of death is over. Working hard to start over in love and not settle this time, the Knight of Pentacles offering help to their enemy, or the one who's very defensive, suffering without a deep connection, or without their deep connection. Now crowning was the Seven of Swords, making a getaway. What's that here too? Making a getaway, passing downloads, free to leap with clarity, or to be still with wisdom. Praying, grieving for message, Rapunzel impatient, The Hermit shedding light, old and wise, but then Queen of Cups is sad and mushy. It's like the two sides of the feminine, right? The Hermit who sheds light, and then the old and wise, but then the Queen of Cups who's also sad and mushy when she's purging. Finding peace in suffering and holding on loosely, grounding, saving, and no more waiting at the gate, in deliberations at night, with fantasy family, with success and attention, starting over, with happy family and emotional fulfillment. The Empress with the Ten of Pentacles family and Ten of Cups family, manifesting the Queen of Wands reversed, tired from working too hard, finding peace in psychic abilities and secrets. The Empress with peace, away from the Queen of Wands reversed, Dark Priestess, starting over and split with lies and BS, with help and putting it all out there for enemy camp. Soon Shadow is standing up for themselves about cheating family with Knight of Wands without love, or the Knight of Wands dumping kids to run off and be happy, defending synchronicities and their 5D connection. The past returns to stand up and be happy. At night, the Knight of Cups reversed, jealous, now the worst of the painful ending is finally over. So turning the page, it's 1236, the Hangman, and the 36 is the Ten of Wands, right? The big responsibilities, the burdens. It can just be physical hard work as well, right? Hard labor. The feminine seeing herself as the Justice card, but it's reversed, the injustice of it. Not fighting with the Queen of Wands reversed over being juggled, holding back new life, not sharing, inequity, debt, and dependence. The Divine Feminine unfair, not fighting, tired, dropping the ball, not strong, or not sharing their money, time, or energy, imbalanced financial relationship with their dependents. The feminine is called to release her ex. You deserve love, new love, religious factors, which can be anything, not just religion, just any major differences, and deception, and worth waiting for. Okay, so someone's still wearing a mask, and that it's worth waiting for. But releasing your ex just means it's time to release your old energies. Injustice of Libra, not fighting for either of you, right, the karmic or the feminine, just stringing you along, or the Queen of Wands now dropping the act around the Divine Feminine, or how the feminine seen is the Lover's card. So the feminine seeing herself as unfair or in an unfair situation, and then around her how others might see her is the Lover's card. Grieving, frustrated, in surrender, healing and exposed, in detox and chaos. The feminine needs to clear blocks about the ascension process and the call to action. The world and feeling incomplete, in split, lies, and clearing through the BS and third-party situation. Happy, getting physical, like that'll make you feel better, like I was just running, but getting busy and working out and letting go of your emotions, of the past and the disconnect. Healing comes up as well as teaching and learning, but even more for the feminine today comes up is parenting. So again, it's not just parenting your children, but yourself. And it could be your parents as well. Not expressing feelings in announcements and the call to action. The King of Swords upright is putting it out there, and the Knight of Pentacles and enemies suffering in disconnect. The King of Swords looking back at home or in marriage, taking a risk. And then the indigo comes up with the Two of Flames reversed, with no choice, not surrendering, holding tongue, not having a voice. Destined to marry, the Queen of Pentacles and King of Swords, Taurus twins holding back, and the 5D messages dropping the ball, so not sending messages back and forth anymore. The Knight of Pentacles, High Priestess and or secret, with the Emperor reversed and the injustice of the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords speaking their truth. The Knight of Pentacles, Libra reversed, and the Emperor reversed, King of Cups, or 4 are around the High Priestess, the Knight of Pentacles, the Justice reversed, the Emperor reversed, and the King of Cups. So the Knight of Pentacles is earth energy. The Justice reversed could be Libra, Emperor reversed, Aries, or it's the Emperor reversed, and then the King of Cups, which could be any water sign or someone who's very just, loving and nurturing. or has alcohol issues or very detached emotionally. But with the Queen of Swords ending up on top. No new life in suffering, the injustice of the lovers' union, with the Queen of Pentacles challenged by the burden of chaos and detox, an incomplete world, taking risks to pass downloads to the King of Swords, Indigo, without options and holding tongue and dropping the ball, preparing for union impatiently, suffering the Queen of Pentacles taking the risk, challenged by the burden of injustice or detox, Capricorn, Libra, and King of Swords, the lovers incomplete, and the King of Swords, Indigo, without options holding their tongue, but not surrendering to the Queen of Swords here. All right, so that was the energy for the feminine. So now we get to, it's 35-45, which is the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, and the 45 is the grieving card, the 5 of Cups. We're getting now into today, which is the 30th, and 30 is the 4 of Wands, the home and union, stability, celebration card, the 11-11. And the day adds up to 53, which is the catapult, the 8. So we have the 30, which is a 3, but also the 4 of Wands. And the 3 is the energy that was on the code line from the feminine or from the masculine yesterday. And also the Empress, which is coming up again in this read. 2 Empresses at the end. So the 3 is all about expressing your authentic self, coming together with others, being in joy, the smiley, happy-go-lucky person, and siblings as well. And then the 53 of the Knight of Swords, you know, rushing in. It is the catapult as well, so it's that really quick thunderbolt type energy. And that's also an 8, right? The strength within and the strength without, but also the ability to manifest your dreams. And because 53 came up, the license plate that I saw on my way to my sister's for Thanksgiving came up again, which was RIZE, R-I-Z-E 53, which is the messenger of truth. So it's saying for the messenger of truth now rises. And also 4 zeros and a 7 came up at the same time, 00007. So before I finished this read completely, at 11:33, I got Say Hey. Say Hey, that's a song, right? When I placed the 7 of Wands down, which is the 7 of Wands, but it's also the 33 of the Christ vibration. So I got, it was at 11:33, which is justice and the Christ vibration. Say Hey. And then it was very calm. When I was doing the read and clarifying them, it was very calm until I got to the going forward cards. And then the stress started coming in, the nervousness. And the read was done at 11:39 to 40, which is the Justice, and then the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. So that very pure, innocent love and the action of being loved. The major arcana for the Divine Masculine read for today, this one, is the Emperor reversed, Alchemy, which is the Temperance card, Karma, which is the Judgment card, Starseed, the Fool, and then Reflection, the Hermit, and after the read, the Abundance card came up, which is the Empress. So here with the major arcana, we have Aries, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Aries again, Virgo, and Taurus are the main energies for the main cards in the read. 2 swords, 2 cups, 1 pentacle, 1 wand. So, you know, pretty well distributed, but it's heavy on the swords and the cups, which they tend to go together, right? So when the masculine goes into their emotions more, they tend to get in their head too, to worry or get anxious about it. The Queen of Swords comes up here, as well as 2 pages, the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. And they were the only court cards. The Queen of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. And the Queen of Swords can be anyone. It can be a karmic partner, it could be a sister, a friend, a mother, the Divine Feminine, whoever. But she's definitely coming up. And the numbers we had, the main numbers were 33, 1, 6, and 7 were on the code line. So 7 was the code line. But we also had 555s and 888s coming up in the cards before and after the read, which was very interesting. We had 888s before the read. All 3 8s came up there. And then I think there was 1 5 in the read. I could be wrong, but then there was the few 5s clustered again at the end of this read. So 3 8s and 3 5s, as well as the 33, again, for the Christ vibration. and the 1 and the 6. So we also had 13, which is the death or transition card, 35, the wounded warrior, 9 of wands, 56, the 2 of swords, and then 58, which is the 4 of swords, and 68, which is the page of pentacles, which is the page of pentacles has been a staple for the past couple weeks, and usually reversed. So this, the one that needs help or never learns their lessons, right? So getting into this masculine read, we started out with the coding here, which all has to do with love, partnership, patience, and new beginnings. And it was a very interesting message here today, so I'll get into that. But again, the numbers were 1, 6 that added up to 7, which is the Chariot, and the 1 being Magician, 6 being the Lovers, and then the Chariot of them coming together. And regarding love, partnership, patience, and new beginning was the E-I-E-I-O thing came up again, only it came up E-I-E-I-E. And then there was a space and then the R, so that's the space between is that third I missing, right? E-I-E-I-E-I, which is, for me, the lowercase I is the chakra system with the third eye. So definitely patience and alchemy was coming up. The seeker of oneness. And it was interesting, a new acronym came up for me. CH came up, and I was being guided, that is, you know, C for me is the unity consciousness, the Christ consciousness. Not even the collective consciousness, but the higher Christ consciousness. But today the CH was coming up as that Christ consciousness, with the H being is the 2 4s, you know, it's 2 chairs stacked on top of each other. It's coming together at the table for the unity consciousness union, coming to the table, right? Coming together to work it out. So I was getting the E chakra system times 2, because think about this, the chakra system is more based in the feminine energy. So both chakra systems are shared by the masculine and the feminine. So E chakra system times 2 is not human, but the Eve, the divine feminine representation, with the R of the Ra, or the red root safety and security issues, as well as social security system, and being the student of the ace in the bag and alchemizing the 6 of cups, or coming to the table in order to unify. So the E, instead of the E-I-E-I-O, the E-I-E-I-E leaves the I-R. The root, then it also comes up I-R, which is where I used to work, actually. But the root and the safety and security system, the social security system. And then, of course, with E-I-E-I-O comes up the old farmer, the old way of doing things. There's no balanced chakra system with the O. When you say E-I-E-I-O, the old way of doing things, where the man is not centered and not balanced, right? Because we were too much in the masculine energy and not enough feminine energy. So no balanced chakra system to support the root chakra for human survival. Right? Because you need a strong root in order to survive as a human, to be in our body here on this planet. So old MacDonald, not centered or balanced. Raising the divine feminine consciousness stabilizes the root chakra, the safety and security system, or the social security system. The E and the R is just the same as E for Eve and A for Adam, but A plus connection, that little tail, becomes an R. So it's just Eve and Adam with emergent connections. To learn to use one sack or bag, to share, to reuse, to alchemize the 6 of Cups. Or the lovers of unity consciousness, putting all their cards and tools on the table to fuse, alchemize the 3 of Pentacles in co-creation. All right, that was the message today. Also, the acronyms coming up for CH were, of course, Chase, bank, but it's the Chase, right? And then .ch is Switzerland. And then Carolina Herrera came up. And that was very interesting because her name breaks down. Carolina, her, and the H was coming up as the 2 stacked chairs, the 4 and the 4 together. Her era. And Carolinas have come up for me a lot, so that was very significant. But the stacked chairs, or stacked seats, or the puzzle pieces, is the H. And then here we had the E and the R for the E-I-E-I-E-R, which is just the A with the tail on it. But here comes the ER again. We have the H for her, and then the ER. of the Eve and the Adam with the connection, the urgent connection, and then the era, E-R-A. Eve and Adam and Ra, and the root chakra system, balancing them. And that was stacked in your favor. That was what Carolina Herrera's name was bringing up. The other acronyms were the Chronicles from the Bible, CH, Courthouse, Custom House, Chain or Check, as in chess, the game. In Britain, it's Companion of Honor. Also Champion, Channel, Chapter, Church, Chaplain, and Clearinghouse. So getting into this read starts the Emperor reversed. So you have the Emperor reversed, and I told you there's 3 8s in this underlying energy, along with the 5 of Swords. So you have the 8 of Pentacles here, and then the 8 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and then the 8 of Wands. So the 8 that was missing here is the 8 of Swords. You know, the prisoner, the missing piece. Where's the hostage? It's like, where's, is it Aldo? Can't think of it, but you know what I'm talking about. So the Emperor reversed, and also these 4 that were underneath the Emperor reversed, the 3 8s and the 5, were each one of each suit. We had a pentacle, a cup, a sword, and a wand. The Emperor passed, or stepping down, done aligning with desires and overworking, just no longer working for him, dealing with difficult emotions, unable to escape or walk away from them, post-war PTSD, and not expressing feelings or sharing energy, not telling, delayed travel or communication, the Emperor in ego death or out of control and taken out of power. Like father, like son, student that never learns, or disconnected between them due to child in need of help, money, or opportunity, and the King of Pentacles reversed, not willing to help, or just done giving too much, or unable to give now due to loss of money and or status, or downturn of market or their business, or some kind of disagreement about school, future, or money for college or private school, and loss of hope or depression in their awakening, an impatient child, or with impatient child or fallen angel with big ideas or big ego and impatient to learn on their own. But they're always needy, right? So they always want you to do all the hard work or legwork for them, whether this is a child or an adult. And that was at 1224, which is the hangman of the wisdom, and the 24, which is Omega, the end of the alphabet, and the Queen of Wands, which represents also the third energy, the trigger or the expansion energy, the third piece of the puzzle. The Emperor reversed can be the King of Pentacles reversed, or it could be a third generation with a grandfather, father, and child, and the grandfather refusing or unable to help the son and grandchild at this time. Aries, Aquarius, Sag, and Capricorn, or Pisces perhaps even, looking out a window or over their balcony for a ride, or someone arrives early or ahead of time, so decided to come back for them. Or Santa arrives early, or good news in return, standing up for self and or your house or territory, sharing or settling out so the Knight of Cups can offer love now that the worst is over. Or offering love, being love, to end painful ending and or betrayal for good. Or the Emperor reversed passed away, and now inheritance is being settled out. Riding old man to walk more, to build up leg muscles, a walk by the falls and pretty scenery, or someone feels guilty for riding him too hard and causing his fall, or literally fell off a cliff or jumped to their death. There may be a question for somebody out there of a murder or suicide or natural death accident. The worst now over, with the Knight of Cups offering love and being charitable, or literally had a horse they had to put down due to old age. A block about weak legs, with the centaur, right, the man horse, and not breaking soon enough, wanting the rush, or getting acupuncture and PT, feeling good being on the other side of the treatment or care, or having a hard time receiving it, or allowing others to do things for you. The Knight of Cups is out offering love. The Page of Wands reversed is frustrated and uninspired with negative memories or childhood, or addictions or third parties, overindulgences or antisocial behavior, or just lonely without joy. Or the Page of Wands reversed is frustrated or frustrating you as the past returns, or kids with issues, or no more Three Musketeers. Possibly 1 to 4 to 7, and there could be something about that range of numbers too, 1-4-7. Possibly 1 to 4 to 7 kids here, all unhappy except the Knight of Cups. And there's reconciliation here, and beneath that is forgiving and learning. So at 1242, it's the Hanging Man and the Two of Cups. And just as I wrote that, it got really quiet as I was arranging the underlying cards for the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And the air conditioning went off. But I don't usually notice how quiet it got, and it got really quiet. And I just told you that we're going from the physical purge to the mental purge, and the air went off. Right? That could be the air just stopped all of a sudden, stopped purging, or somebody went off, right? The air can definitely go off on someone. They're really good with their tongue, right? The King of Cups reversed and the Ace of Cups reversed. And note that all 4 aces in this read are reversed, so there's no new starts today, but that was significant because like everything arranges in reverse in order to get ready to go upright or direct again. And that can reference to Jupiter going into Saturn as well. Emotional detachment and no self-love or new love, or dumped, overwhelmed with nighttime drinking and mirroring, or illusions of the subconscious coming up. The Hermit hiding, I just can't read the other word I wrote. The Hermit hiding their flame. Oh, they're hiding. The Hermit's hiding the fact that they're missing their flame, or coming out about love life. The Wounded Warrior with a long tale to tell. A long line of DNA sitting on logs with girls on their laps to tell their troubles to, getting women to feel sorry for them, to get them to do things for you. While in the background, there's a man with a hat manipulating or controlling the flame and yanking the goat by a chain, with Dark Bird with stingers swooping in to feed off of them. And that was at 1250, the Hanging Man and the 10 of Cups. The Happy Family, which also can come up as the Sham Fam, the one that looks good on the outside but is having a lot of troubles in reality. So the full moon, chalice and mirror ceremonies, gray legs or gangrene, trauma injury to legs or diabetes, or can't feel your legs or they're numb or weak in the knees from girls sitting on them while he sits on stone or rock or sits on logs. Deja vus of past lives coming up for the Divine Masculine, of sitting on stone and old farms. Old MacDonald, perhaps, had a goat, a bird, a big dark bird, and a flame or torch for her. Living 2 separate lives, 2 wives, or parting with friends and multiple sex partners. But now, none of that works. Only thinks of flame, or why Marilyn's flame burned out too soon. Cancer and Virgo here. And then the music came up, which is 32, which is the 6 of Wands, or the Journeyman. And then beneath that was Compassion of 99. Synchronicities of the strong bond, the psychic connection at work, co-creating, and Taurus or Hierophant or institution with options or seeing, they're also seeing his synchronicities along with him. No announcement or vortex to speak of, trumpeting alone, lying down drowning in his own spit or sorrows, no one to hear them. Deliberating, poor judgment, bad decisions, the Page of Cups reversed, rejection, no longer fighting for what he's not willing to give. Or Major Tom no longer answering ground control, or child vulnerable and no longer fighting you. Now no emotions at all, or just crying, or child depressed or whining, or Aquarius reverse spoiled because they never had to fight for anything. The day the music died. Taurus and Aquarius here. Bye-bye and Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing This'll Be the Day That I Die. The Emperor reversed with no fight left, and Spirit's connecting with me. The Emperor reversed with no fight left, past, or the worst is over in a painful ending or betrayal, with third party or gossipers or negative group partiers or no social life and lonely. The Wounded Warrior tells their story through music without option. or about being at the Y in the road, or in other words, being the masculine, which is the Y, the chromosome. In the recent past for the masculine is the Ace of Cups reversed, dumped or in the dumps, in knowing or balanced but unaware on purpose of or as the Emperor reversed, with message of love weighing on him, or child incomplete, or with the world upside down, or sealed divine feminine in another world, pushed to their emotional limits by injustice or Libra reversed, Aries and Pisces, Libra and Virgo here. The Page of Cups, messenger of truth, rushing in with the truth, to hermit or professional about home, union, marriage, or celebration, and reaping rewards and time to implement a plan for the spending or arrangements. Could be a birthday or Christmas or holiday party, perhaps. And that was at 143, which is the Magician and the Three of Cups, so coming together in some kind of celebration. Could be a magic show as well. The kids coming out with a party or about the home, marriage, or party and plans. Could be it could be a kid's party as well. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to comes up. But it actually looks like that's regarding an older person. It looks like the kids are happy here, but the person they want to arrange a party for doesn't want the party, right? So the kids are excited because they get to plan a party for their parent or somebody else or grandparent, but the parent doesn't want it. Or the kids taking care of the celebration of life for a parent who lost a parent or relative or friend. The Page of Cups on top of the Emperor reversed and the Justice reversed. So two different Page of Cups were coming up here. So they could be twin kids as well. Child or message of love, persistent or on their mind consistently. Everywhere they go, a reminder. Puppy love, messenger of truth, and the Hermit reversed, or Virgo at home making plans and purging. The Emperor reversed, pretending to be unaware. The Foundation is the Page of Pentacles reversed, unable to manifest or in need of help, money, or opportunity, just a little bit, to get started, or a child who needs help with school, or a learning disability, or never learns their lessons, or this is an opportunist. And the Wounded Warrior with broken heart, or in separation, or the game has been rained out. There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Not expressing feelings or energy exchange, but sharing or settling out with others, back in the saddle again to balance chakras and center himself, moving forward to get out of.
Sorry, I missed that. Could you say it again, please?
I'm sorry about that. Could I say it again, please? So giving and sharing, but not as... where was I here? Not expressing feelings of energy exchange, but sharing or settling out with others, back in the saddle again to balance chakras and center self, moving forward to get out of slump, going on a journey. The Wounded Warrior not telling, giving and sharing, but not his broken heart, or that he has a broken heart, or he is a heartbreaker, giving to others and getting a lot of attention, but no sunshine when she's gone. The center energy here is the Queen of Swords reversed. In chaos and detoxing, third energy, frustrations and blocks, standing up for self, to injustice or Libra reversed, Capricorn, Libra, and Leo here. The Page of Pentacles reversed, student or child of a negative group, or not learning from them, gossipers, partying, or someone not being social or nice, to the Knight of Pentacles recovering from a cold, or being out in the cold, exiled from the group, and heartbroken or in separation, with the Page of Cups. The challenge being the Alchemy reversed, impatience, losing their temper, the fallen angel, feeling like they're in hell. The Wounded Warrior free to leap, but unsatisfied, in need of help, but the group or friends they associated with have put out the one they're interested in. Looking back when synchronicities are seen, or looking back at all the options they had or chances they never took advantage of, with the lover without affection, and now implementing a new plan. Or looking back at all the stuff he's had, but no love or affection, and just spending of money. Or siblings and friends are making the other sibling feel left out. Resting, recovering, the 5D meditation perhaps, destined Hierophant or Taurus, and the Queen of Pentacles, Libra and Taurus, Queen of Pentacles, or Libra, Taurus, and Queen of Pentacles, connecting in 5D, or giving it a rest. The Queen of Pentacles third party, in need of help to manifest, and Libra, Taurus, Knight of Pentacles, recovering in separation. The Page of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles upright, not coming together. Aries unhappy, wounded warrior, about third party, Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles, Libra and or Taurus. Gemini and Sagittarius here too. Fire losing temper, impatient fallen angel, Aries or Gemini with illusions about the past, always wanting more, never, the lover is never good enough. The wounded warrior playing the victim card, always recovering from something. Meanwhile, they are free to roam and do as they please. Home and separation, heartbreak or rain without sunshine. Drained, sick, overexposed, or sick and tired of being energy vampire or cheating or stealing others' time, money, and energy. Imprisoned, King of Swords reversed. Opportunist or never grew up, never learns. Awakened or idea man or conceited and or egotistical with unhappy family or ending a family or emotional cycle or no longer to be treated as errand boy. He's done going back and forth to please everyone else. Fighting and flirting, sexual games of the Hierophant, narcissistic and frustrated with bad temper, devil out of control, chaos in need of detox. Leo, Aquarius, and King of Swords, Capricorn, Taurus, Sagittarius, Libra, or Aries. Now crowning is Karma upright, a final judgment about the Ten of Cups reversed, ending, or unhappy, and the Knight of Pentacles offering help, or servant of the court system comes to give you a message, or a decision. Or the Knight of Pentacles family is unhappy, so proposing an end to the judge. Karmic or Aquarius in debt, imbalanced relationship in need of a new life or loan with the High Priestess secret or psychic abilities now that the battle is over. Viking princess needing to settle out the debt between the masculine and her, can't run away and sitting with difficult emotions about it, and the King of Wands not working or done aligning with projects for others and overworking, just done, all done, with loss of hope and depression at home, or about house and marriage, and putting it all out there about energy stealing. The Queen of Cups reversed with PTSD of union, grieving union with the King of Swords reversed, who refused to learn about past wounds and bring their subconscious wounds up to release them. Sad memories of the awakening, home with resolving PTSD from connecting to twin. Injustice of no sweetness or 2 spoons of fruit in return, with unhappy family or no emotional fulfillment. Lies, mean words, spying, and no returned messages, while the Queen of Wands is free to look the other way about physical separation and sexual flirtation of the energetic connection. Knowing the whole time and looking the other way so that she can stay free, lying about messages or deleting messages or getting child to do their dirty work while she controlled this flirtation or sexually teasing him to get back at his twin, with no reunion now of narcissistic marriage, establishment, or Taurus surprise or shock of third energy, or frustrated Taurus with bad temper, to third party on a quest coming out about issues with family or losing money, or the Hermit reversed leaving the Ten of Pentacles reversed family by the full moon or at night to complete, or to not complete, at night to compete for reunion. And 235 came up here at the top of the page, which is the High Priestess and the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. Or narcissist or Taurus energy with bad temper, fighting the Hermit reversed, thinking they want to take down their family, so letting the dogs out at night. Taurus is or with third party or sexual overindulgences and really bad temper and or addictions. Soon coming up, though, is the Starseed, with a fresh start with a major bomb dropped. The Wounded Warrior player is caught or passed away, or, the worst now over, falling short or holding back passions, implementing a plan of no affection or breakup with lover, with the lover, them feeling better about it because they feel like the lover has options. Or it could be about seeing their own synchronicities. The worst is over between the player and hostage, with a fresh start, game over, a refresh, new start. The ball in the hostage's court now, playing ball to avoid changes or ends, and juggling the daily, or two people, or two things. Justice reversed, which also can be Libra, and the King of Pentacles reversed, coming up as Capricorn, Sagittarius. The King of Pentacles reversed, Capricorn, keeping up the act. The fallen angel, injustice, or Libra reversed, holding back money, time, and new life, stretching things out as long as possible before the end or death. The worst over now for the wounded warrior and hostage both POWs with a fresh new start. The Divine Masculine is seeing himself as the Hermit reversed, coming out finding peace in physical hard work in order to release. Suffering in silence, grieving, the King of Swords reversed with sovereign or lying about his own sovereignty or status. Getting to know each other, chemistry, attraction, and make the effort comes up here for the masculine. But around him, or how others may see him, is the Page of Wands reversed, frustrated with tantrums or uninspired, but removing their mask with their flame burning inside. Issues at the workplace or third party through work, in the aftermath of the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed, break up at home or work partnership. Scorpio or Cancer, King of Cups reversed, and the Queen of Swords reversed with a sharp tongue at work. Also, kids may be divided. The older kid with the Divine Masculine coming up as Hermit reversed and King of Swords reversed, and a younger child may be with the King of Cups reversed and or the Queen of Swords reversed, which could be the in-laws' house, or a sister, that kind of thing. Or the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords couple are now split and both with new partners. The masculine needs to clear blocks of the Six of Cups reversed, the bad memories of unhappiness being alone, or the past returning, or difficult kids, with judgment coming down about their split lies, along with announcements and or call to action to cut through the BS. And that was at 3 o'clock, which is 3 of the Empress and a couple zeros of source energy to back it up. So new beginnings comes up, patience, and love partnership. It was just 10707. Near death, dead tired, or taking forever to end and transform and disconnect and separate. Lightning strikes in a shock about third party or addictions in Taurus, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Libra, Scorpio, or Cancer marriage. The wounded warrior recovering from separation and being played, or heartbreak with the Knight of Swords rushing in with the truth about lying, cheating, or stealing. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Libra, King of Pentacles reversed out of control and putting on an act. A negative group or gossips or ladies who lunch or third party on a quest for reunion over isolating or coming out shocking family about what's been going on at night. Third party recovering, or Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, or Sagittarius recovering, grieving Empress, lost, or the Empress is grieving loss of an Emperor reversed, or child, or miscarriage, or just broken, breakdown, or stuck traveling with a negative group, or issues with moving or traveling, and stuck starting over in love, the Empress, or Cancer reversed and Taurus upright starting over, the Magician weak or in need of courage, or with a weak Leo, or out of control and holding on loosely, saving and grounding, but back on top, yet skating on thin ice. The Magician may have fixed someone's car, or saved them a bundle of money. It's like, it comes up at the end here, like there's two different empresses. Like one, it's like the sister thing again. Like one Empress is a Cancer, reversed, and maybe broke, but makes magic and saves. The other, the Taurus, that's weak and in need of courage, also can have Leo in their chart, or it comes with a Leo as well, so they could have a parent with them. But they're out of control with their savings and need to budget, or to be put on a budget, right? They can't control their money. So the Emperor reversed, Page of on this bottom row of the read is the Emperor reversed, the Page of Pentacles reversed, the Hermit reversed, and the Page of Wands reversed, which literally can be the masculine with two kids at his father's house or something like that. but dumped or in the dumps, but they're all reversed, you notice, and overwhelmed with the Queen of Swords reversed, impatient for a new fresh start, without the past or difficult kids. So that can be a karmic or sister or friend, whatever it is, or mother. Or the twin returning or the past returning, with the judgment coming down, an announcement or a call to action to separate from or for third party or from the group recovering from exile, grieving the Empress, a boss, a mother or mother figure. The Emperor reversed, dumped or in the dumps or pushed to their emotional limits. That mother or mother figure I just mentioned too could be like the one with the money too, because she's the Empress, right? So the Emperor reversed, dumped or in the dumps or pushed to their emotional limits and no longer fighting, competing or conflicted or playing games. The Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords both reversed, with final decision, announcement, challenged by impatience, temper, fallen angel, feeling like they're in hell, in need of help or help with the child, and she may be calling for help also while she's grieving, or she's letting them have it verbally, with verbally abusive and bad temper. The Hermit reversed with a fresh start, and the Page of Wands reversed, a frustrated child, or with past returning, or clearing negative past, removing the mask to reveal the flame, with twin returning, separation and heartbreak, lightning strikes and split or shock of no reunion, a break in group, friends, or family, and recovering in exile, grieving the Empress, and the masculine now being moderate, or the Empress, or one of the Empresses, or both of them. And the two Empresses, it could be the masculine comparing the karmic and the feminine, or two karmics, or it can be the masculine also comparing two mothers, like his mother and his mother-in-law, and the differences between them, and then all costing him money and him needing to put them on budgets, that kind of thing too as well. Okay, so I think that's enough for now. Yeah, comment below if you have any questions. I know that was a lot, but hope you're having a good weekend for your holiday weekend, and make sure you get your water and your sleep and your joy and your nature, and just be good to yourself. It was just 1/12/12. You know, guys, rise and be loved.